Hi guys, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Mother here. If it is your first time to watch my YouTube, you are welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I just want to say thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube video to watch yet another video. Today, let's dive into the topic. We are talking about the courage to outgrow friendships. Of course, I asked and you answered. I asked different members of my YouTube community what content they wanted me to put out, and a few people came out with suggestions. And one of the questions that I'm going to talk about today is how to outgrow friendships. This is quite a sensitive topic. I'll try and be liberal. I'll try and answer this question or talk about this topic or area in a sensitive way. Friendships are part and parcel of our life. As we grow through different life stages, we get to experience friendships. From childhood, we had friends. In nursery, say if you went to nursery school, you had friends, and you go to primary school, you have friends, and then you go secondary school, you go university and post-university, and then this other independent life. We come across friendships, and so I'm gonna talk about this topic using my own lived experience, things that I've experienced around friendships and outgrowing friendships, and because I cannot share what I haven't experienced. So I think having friends is very, very important, but there are factors that could lead us to outgrow these friendships. And first and foremost, I will talk about these factors that make us outgrow these people that once meant the world to us. One of the things is age or life stages as we grow up. Like I've explained, there's some people we had as friends while growing up, and we are no longer friends because we literally moved on, we dispersed, we went into different places. Say if you had friends in nursery, in primary school, some of them you could not be in touch with them just because we took different life paths. And another way that you can outgrow these friendships, if apart from age or the life course or life cycle, it's just adulthood. Yeah, in adulthood, or when you no longer have the common goal that brings you together, that can also lead to outgrowing friendships. About me, I can say when you leave your country, you've left everything you know, people you've ever known, and you go into a new country, definitely that is going to also make you outgrow some friendships. So that brings us to immigration, travel, and one of the sensitive things about outgrowing friendships, it's stereotypical. I don't agree with it, but it's what it is in most African society. Usually when some people get married, they are told not to be friends with people who are not married, or they will just shun away their single friends. I think that is a common thing in Uganda, or in some even churches, in some churches back home in Uganda. From what I know and from the evidence I've gathered, is that when some people get married, they no longer associate themselves with the unmarried people, or they no longer associate with themselves with people who are not a certain caliber. And of course, I'll talk about class. Class is also a factor that leads to people outgrowing friendships. And it is quite sad that we outgrow these friendships through different ways. But on the other hand, it's also good that we outgrow friendships, because there are reasons by the time people outgrow friendships. And then another reason is just literally when you no longer have the same purpose or the same goal, or even disagreements, arguments, and some people have also fallen out of friendships because of jealous, because of there is jealous, there's disagreement, and usually simply because the friendship is no longer working, it's time to say bye. So those are some of the reasons why I can tell you off my head why some friendships don't thrive and why people outgrow them. And it's good and sad on the other hand, but today I'm also going to focus on how we can outgrow these friendships respectfully. Sometimes, like I said, if something no longer serves your purpose, it's time to let it go. And sometimes, you've had this friendship, you've treasured it for a long time, but maybe you're putting in so much effort, the other person is not putting in any effort. What do? You say bye, sign out. But you can do it respectfully by communicating to the other person. And we used to be friends, we used to do this, and you know what? It's not working. But and then the other thing I talked about, married people just shunning away us who are not married. I want to talk about, because I've experienced it, and I don't really like it. I remember there is somebody who put me in a WhatsApp group to be a maid, and I did not have the money. Actually, two friends of mine, they might even watch this video, but I'm just sharing out of my lived experience, because I'm not going to share what I've not experienced. So, and they put me in their groups for being, they're actually more than two friends. When they put me in their group for getting married, of course you contribute money, and I think particularly I was supposed to like be a maid or something. By that time I did not have money, did not even have money for rent, did not have money for food. But you know what? To be a maid for somebody, you have to contribute some money, which is understandable culturally in the Ugandan perspective. So I couldn't make it. I didn't have the money even before I could cough. As soon as I told these two people that, you know what, I don't have the money, exit, they had just removed me out of the group. Like, I felt so bad in a way that the way they just do it is like they are just throwing you out of the group, like you don't add any value. And I'm like, this friendship, you are attaching it to be transactional. If I've been your friend for ages, you understand I do not have money, you want me to go to your party, you understand I have no job, what is the reason for you to get me out of your group? But respectfully, I understand it. So when I talk about people getting married and cutting out other people, that is a big thing. And I also contribute that to narcissism. Many people, they get married to these men or these partners who are narcissistic in a way that they're going to cut you from your friends. You feel like these other friends of yours are evil. I don't know where that belief system in Uganda came from, but I don't agree with it. But that's one of the reasons people really fall out and outgrow friendships. Personally, I still respect the people that did that to me, and I accept it. But there is one thing that really caught me off guard. One of my friends added me to this WhatsApp group, same thing about marriage and friendships. So I wanted to contribute money, actually a good amount of money, and it was nearing the time for the party. I hadn't contributed, but you know how, like, I was actually in the UK. I was not going to physically go to Uganda because I'm not interested in going to Uganda. But the person just threw me out of the group. I went in the inbox, I told this person, you've chucked me out of your group. Why? I wanted to contribute. I wanted to see your beautiful pictures for your party because I will not attend. And the person knew I'm not going to attend because I'm not in the country. And to me, I feel that was a sign for me to be like, to hell with this friendship. And I think it is from that time that everything went south. So there are many reasons. That was a personal story, but that was one of the things why people fall out. And maybe because I could not serve their purpose, maybe because I am not in their reach. I immigrated, I went to the UK, I'm no longer in Uganda. The few people have moved on, really. So that is one thing that has taught me that immigration, leaving an area, people literally move on. People move on, honestly speaking. And I have learned the hard way. And I do respect that people have to move on and live their lives out of mind, out of sight. So that is one of my personal stories about friendships. But we can literally, I would also put this notion that we can respectfully outgrow friendships amicably. Talk about it. Tell me, you know what, Martha, I no longer agree with your values. Nothing is going forward. Let's end this friendship. But I feel from a cultural perspective, where I come from, the African society, most people have not yet reached that level of maturity to talk about these things openly, because I think people are scared to offend the other people. And you know what happens? People just go silent. You've had this friend for many years, but they just go silent, or you wake up one day, they've blocked you and they've ended the friendship. That's very, very, very sad. But I would advocate for open communication. If something is not going right, at least you can communicate. Let's say you have a friendship group, maybe they don't do things that resonate with you, but you still want to, you can still keep them off as friends, but put boundaries. You can put boundaries, but don't cut friends, because you don't know. Sometimes it's not good to burn bridges, because you do not know when you're going to cross this bridge ever again. Do you agree with my argument? Do you agree with what I'm talking about? I know it is very sensitive, but these are topics that they never taught us in school, and we are adults. We are learning from our own lived experience, and I am here to share these life topics through through my own experience. So, revisiting the question, the courage to outgrow friendships, it is very important. If something is not serving your purpose, if something is not resonating with you anymore, yeah, you just outgrow it. But make sure that you outgrow it in a way that is not going to hurt you emotionally or psychologically. And also bear in mind the person that you're going to remove from your life. Set clear boundaries. I know that, okay, if this lady approaches me, I will speak with him, I will speak with them respectfully, but and I'll make them not expect certain things they used to get from me. Like, sometimes we need to set those boundaries clear and know that, it's not going to be the way it used to be, sadly. It's a sensitive topic, but it's worth talking about. So I hope you've learned one or two, three or I think from this video, guys. Please comment and let me know what you think about outgrowing friendships, because it's part of life. Growing up, I don't think most of us are still in touch with our childhood friends. And I can also give an example. In my undergraduate degree at university, I had a few friends. We used to talk, we used to laugh, we used to go for discussions. But as soon as we graduated from university, I have never heard from these people. It's just a few friendships that I had maintained and nurtured, like it was reciprocated, that we are still in touch. I think there are a few people. And then also a few people from childhood that I still, hear from, or you just see their things online, or they like your post here and there. Those people are there. So it means maybe much as we are not in direct contact, you just see things, but you like, and you did, but there's no, people become more of acquaintances than friends. So from my university, most people, we're no longer in touch. And this will lead me to another discussion that I'll talk about next time. Maintaining friendships is very, very important, because sometimes you can't keep outgrowing each and every friendship. It means also you as a person, maybe there's something that you need to develop on, there's something you need to improve on or work on. But sometimes it is self-care to outgrow these friendships. It's really, really, really self-care, because if something has become toxic, it's just good to talk about it and know that it's no longer serving me. And I would give you advice on the steps to take is that go easy on yourself. Don't take it too personal. Sometimes society may make us have different society may have different expectations, or may want us to expect a lot, blah blah blah. But just be easy on yourself. If something is not serving you, or you've outgrown, or you've fallen out with somebody that you once loved, just leave it just leave it and move on to the next, and be willing to let go as well. Sometimes it's not good to hang on things that are no longer working. Recognize, maybe if there is a conflict, recognize it, address it, and of course this may lead to an end of that relationship or that friendship. And remember that it takes two to tango. So it's two people that make up a friendship. So if something you're adding to the table, they're adding to the table. If there is an issue, it shouldn't be this only person that is only working on this issue, letting you know, matter this, matter that. How about you? What are you doing as a person to maintain this friendship? And if there is no balance, that is when things don't work out. So it takes to take a tango. So if there's no balance, that means it's gonna go separate ways. So try and make sure that you maintain your friendships, and just take it easy. It is part and parcel of life. Everywhere you go, you will always find friends. You always find people that add value to you, and those who don't add value to you, if you know your self-worth, you're able to know this is for me and this is not for me. Self-awareness is very important. If you're self-aware, if you know what you want, meaning that you're going to attract people that will respect you, will love you the way you would love them. Not these people that you will love more and then they don't want to love you more. So do some inner work, some deep work on yourself, and then everything will get into perspective. So I hope I've talked about this topic in a most sensitive and respectable manner, but on two sides. Sometimes understand why you're outgrowing it, acknowledge it, and also take your lessons from that friendship that you're outgrowing. Sometimes we may fixate ourselves, or we may be giving more than we are receiving, and that is toxic. So sometimes let's everything just have a check and a balance. Yeah, because honestly, people who show me that they don't want me to be part of their life, I respectfully get myself out of that equation, because I believe that I'm not adding any value to them, and it's the bitter truth. We are adults. You know what you can do. So, and I want to tell you that always listen to your gut feeling. Listen to your gut feeling and ask God for that spirit of discernment. discern and know that does this friendship really matter? Does, like, are the positives bigger than the negatives? Weigh up. So if you can weigh the pros and the cons of that friendship, and if the positives are more than the negative, then you can do something. If the negative are more than the positive, then it's time to let go. So by the end of the day, it's a personal decision. If you want to outgrow a friendship, it's entirely up to you, but make sure that you're fair in how you do your decisions. By the end of the day, sometimes you don't need to answer to anybody. It's entirely up to you. If it's not serving you, let go of it. But at the end of the day, there is a lesson to learn. Me, I've learned a lesson. I used to tell some people, oh, let's meet for tea, let's do this, let's do this. And it became 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. And I'm like, hang on a minute. And I've never looked back to text those people. I've never looked back to rekindle those friendships, because the people clearly showed me they never wanted me in their life, and I knew my place. And when I learned that, I'm like, okay, let me work on myself, and I will attract people who actually matter. And I don't have a big circle, but a few friends I have, there is an impact. And actually, when I came to the UK, I used to have, you have like this, this naive, you're receptive, you smile, you help, you support. But then you realize that, hang on a minute, this person is using me. They're using me there's something they are gaining from me, but what am I gaining from them? So I opened my eyes. That was another realization, and I was able to know that when I meet people, I set my intentions right. I pray to God to give me the strength to see beyond this just surface. It is a whole lot of work that you have to put in to make sure that you see these things clearly. And I'm grateful to God who has given me the power to discern and the power to maintain good friendships. And those friendships that are not serving me, no. We have to meet in the middle. If we don't meet in the middle, then I am outgrowing you respectfully, or I'm putting on my boundaries. By the end of the day, it comes down, I would urge everybody to forgive. I've learned to forgive. Even like these things that I've talked about in this video, about people removing me from their WhatsApp groups because I'm not attending their parties, that is many years back. And I'm not in touch with those people, but that was an eye-opener for me to understand that, have a few friends who will understand you even when you have, or even when you do not have. Not friends who want to say, okay, this is the friend, I can show them off because they have. No. Then you don't deserve my friendship. Otherwise, I've spoken a lot. If you need me to break down anything that I've spoken this video further into a separate video, comment and let me know. And you know how we do it: comment, like, share, and subscribe. This is Martha, the YouTube channel Yanje. Subscribe. Thank you so much. I love you, and enjoy your February, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.